From the Faces release, that is Chris Caffrey with Pisses Me Off. Just the words alone on that song just goes to show you that Chris Caffrey is not a whiny liberal bitch.
No, he's definitely not, is he?
Not in the least. Your protest pisses me off. You raise a sign and fucking whine.
We got to get him back on the show.
It's been a while.
It has been a while. You know, he's always doing TSO. There's really nothing to talk about. He does the same thing over and over.
True, and he does little guest appearances here and there with various bands.
Didn't I interview Caffrey like earlier this year for that project with Ripper? Now I'm thinking about it.
I don't recall if you did or not.
I think I might have. I think I did. That project that he did with Ripper, was it My Revenge? No, that's not that one. Spirits of Fire. He did with Ripper. I think I did have him on.
Okay.
Pretty sure I did.
Yeah, just so much happens in a year. It's hard to keep track of everything.
They're all running together at this point.
Yeah. The terrorists piss me off. You fucking beard, you king of the weird. Love that song.
It's too. We haven't played that in a long time either.
It's been a long time. The people in the chat room were talking about Chris Caffrey. I think our good friend Mark Riggs brought up that he was a TSO, or he played up in his area around the Grand Rapids area.
Okay.
This year or so, or yesterday or something. And so I thought, hey, you know what? I haven't played that song in a while.
Well, that's a good jam. That's for damn sure.
It is. So did you get your daughter straightened out?
Well, I picked her up. Put it that way.
Oh, you didn't jump her car?
Oh, that's her problem.
Okay.
I need to get back here.
I get it.
I can't be dicking around for an hour fucking around with cars. I don't think that's it anyway, because the lights turn on. I think it's got some kind of fucking security something. She said she was fucking with something with the security, and then it wouldn't start. So I think it's one of those things that you got to have fucking Nissan come out and reset or something. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, and I didn't have time to fucking fuck around with it.
All right.
Just we'll deal with it tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's not like it's on the street or something. It's, you know, it's parked in a parking lot, so it's safe. So
well, it won't start anyway, so it's not like somebody's going to steal it unless they tow it off.
Yeah, if they're going to go and tow that car off, good for them. Take it, because there's insurance that'll cover it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Fuck off.
All right. Well, you and I and Scott Dietschy, our resident gangster expert.
That's right.
Our mob expert.
Mm-hmm.
We recorded a segment this week, which we'll release during the break.
Mm-hmm.
And we did about an hour and 10 minutes on The Irishman.
Yes.
And I had to laugh at the beginning of the show. I saw some of the banter going on earlier at the beginning of this show, where people were in the chat room just kind of getting warmed up for the show. And our chatter in there, Looks That Kill, had a screenshot of that of that road sign that I mentioned about the mileages.
Of course.
And I saw his comment in there that kind of made me laugh. It said, "Yeah, this scene is kind of bothering me now."
You wrecked the movie for him, dude.
I did. Now you're fixed. What the fuck were they thinking?
You ruined it.
I did. But it's little stuff like that you and I and Scott talked about The Irishman. So if you're a fan of the mob movies, or if you like the movie The Irishman, or if you haven't seen it yet, or if you like Scorsese films, it's just three guys giving their thoughts on the new Irishman movie and what we took away from it.
I watched it back because I did the video editing of it yesterday, just so that it would be so I don't have to fuck with it when it comes time to actually post it. And man, we did a great conversation. I mean, it's a really, really strong segment.
Well, what I noticed about that while doing it, none of us had the exact same take on anything.
Right, yeah.
We all picked up on different nuances of the movie. You questioned a lot of, how this character or that character played into the whole movie and their backstory, which was not covered in the movie, where Scott's expertise kind of filled that in. Scott kind of gave his thoughts on how the movie was constructed as opposed to fact. And I kind of threw in my 2 cents as far as the settings were concerned and the realistic details were concerned, because all of us had our eye kind of keyed in on different aspects of that movie. So from that viewpoint, it wasn't all 3 guys going, yeah, that was a great part. Yeah, that was a great part. Yeah, we all kind of had our own little input on it, and it kind of like encompasses the whole movie from various viewpoints.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a great conversation. I want to do more stuff like that. Now that we did one like that, I want more like that, because that was fun.
So I was pleased with how that came out. It flowed really well. There was really no dead spots there. I think all of us were very enthused about the movie itself, and I think we all agreed that it was a very, very well done flick. So for those of you who are interested in such things, I think you'll probably enjoy that conversation.
Yeah, I would say so. And for the CMS TV-ers, it will be up on the 23rd.
Okay.
Because that's the first week that we're off, like legitimately off, because we don't have any podcasts from the 21st. So it'll be up on the 23rd.
All right. So you can look forward to that, and that is an exclusive to the CMS TV subscribers.
Right.
And then we do also have a couple of things that we're going to, do and make available during the break.
Yep.
So we're kind of working on a couple of things. I'm going to start putting together the best of show probably this week. So if you have something that you want to include, make sure you send that to me via the email request@theclassicmetalshow.com. And, if you want that included, whatever segment that you enjoyed during the year, throw that out there so I can include it in there.
Get to it, fucks.
Yeah, we don't have much time.
Right.
So get with it.
Dude, it's amazing. It seems like we just did this with getting ready for the end of the year. It really feels this year went faster than any year in the history of this show.
Seems like it.
As far as I'm concerned. Maybe it's because we're so busy now with, multiple podcast avenues and now the CMS TV. It's like there's so much more going on that it just makes week to week, it goes so much faster.
It does. It just one week just rolls into the next.
Really does.
For me, as far as cutting up the show is concerned, having what kind of helps me is having football on during the day on a Sunday, because it's something that I'll watch, but it's not like watching a movie to where when I watch a movie I like to have 100% my attention on the movie. But with football, I can have that playing and then glance over at it periodically just to see what's going on while I'm cutting up the show.
Right.
And so I can get the show cut up on a Sunday a lot quicker, so it goes faster, and I'm done before 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah. And then I go and take it from you and push it over to the website so that we can get it on the app.
Yeah.
Sunday is a full day for me. It really is. Dude, I literally now, the minute we end the show each night, I fire this. Like, during the breaks of the show, I get the first segment set up with the video software, with the green screening and all that shit, so that the minute we end the show, I can fire it off on this computer.
Yeah.
And I go into the other room and I get on my laptop and I do the second segment. Then I go to bed. Then by the time I wake up 4 hours later or whatever, then I can come back into this machine, do segment 3, and then to the laptop for segment 4. And then whichever computer I'm not near will be segment 5, like at about 3 o'clock. And then putting all that shit up and cutting out the best of segments and making the highlight show and making putting the little best of segments up each day for faggot ass YouTube. And, and I've been using Daily Motion more than YouTube lately. I mean, I put everything on YouTube, but I'm working. Dude, it's weird because did you see that Jericho got shit taken down this week?
I did. Anybody who's a conservative, commentator or somebody who does not toe the liberal, politically correct line, people are getting their stuff pulled.
Yep, Jericho got stuff pulled. We got stuff pulled this week. It's definitely it's ruined. YouTube is done.
Yeah, they ruined it for everybody.
So that's why I focus on, truthfully, I focus on BitChute and I focus on Daily Motion and Vimeo. Obviously the Vimeo channel that we're paying for. I'm always trying to build that, but I always make sure that the BitChute and now Daily Motion for the short clips is done, and then I throw it on YouTube because I know that there's still a big audience on YouTube, but. More and more, I'm trying to get people to get the fuck off YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that too much. You're not even on their radar.
Yeah, why? Why are you guys? You guys are being drama queens.
Yeah, you're not even big enough to be on their radar.
Yeah, they're not going to worry about the classic metal show. Yet every week we get something fucking yanked off. This week I had to file something like 30 goddamn 30. Disputes about segments going all the way back to 2008.
Yeah, well, rules were different, 10 years ago, 11 years ago.
We got hit for something as hate speech for 2008.
Yeah, well, it was acceptable then, but not now, God damn it.
Yeah. Looks a Kill, we're on Spotify as far as I know.
As far as I know, we're on Spotify.
Yeah, I think we're on Spotify.
I don't think we've been pulled, as far as I know. I know. iHeartRadio dropped us.
iHeartRadio pulled us for hate speech.
Yeah, hate speech. Haters. You haters.
This is why I keep saying the best place to get any of this shit is theclassicmetalshow.com. Because no matter who disappears on us, they can never take that from us.
True.
That's ours. And I've literally changed everything that we do now. Like everything that feeds the app comes from the website, not from any other source. And I do it that way on purpose so that we can, no matter what happens, we're still going to survive. Fuck them, cocksuckers.
No matter what happens, your toes are still tapping.
Damn right.
So says Damone.
Yeah, I was trying to think of his name. Couldn't. I knew it was Fast Times. I couldn't get his name. Damn it. Slowing down.
Yeah, so good. Well, since we're really not talking about anything in specific,
yeah,
I caught on the Kumia show, and I thought those was actually pretty cool. But I saw that he had the Wolf of Wall Street on there.
Oh, yeah.
Belford.
That was a good episode.
What's his first name? Belford?
Yeah, something. What is this? Is it Mark Belford or something like that?
No, it's not Mark. Something Belford. But he had him on there.
Yeah. I watched that episode.
Yeah, that was really good.
Jordan
Belford.
Yeah.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
That was good.
And the thing is that I like his casual attitude about making a lot of money. He was just like, yeah, making money's easy. It's like, if it's so easy, why don't you give me your phone number? Tell me what the secret is. Because he was talking to Anthony. And he goes, right. Yeah, you made millions and millions of dollars, and you did. He goes, oh yeah, making money's easy. Yeah, it's no big deal. It's like brushing your teeth. Are you distracted?
No, I'm answering questions in the fucking chat room about old episodes and everything else.
I see you're just kind of like paying attention to something.
I'm a little flighty. Having to take off in the middle of the show fucked up my head a little bit. But
all right.
I'll get back into it.
All right. So anyway, just seeing him in real life on the Kumia show was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I've seen him speak before, and he's really good. And he really does not give two fucks, does he?
No, why? Well, why should he?
Well, because he needs to give two fucks to get back on top.
Yeah, you know what the thing is does he need to get back on top?
I don't think he needs to get back on top, but man, I gotta imagine that once you've been on top, you can't fucking it's hard to live less than that.
Mm-hmm.
I have to imagine that once you've had good success, being fucking living back in an apartment would suck a dick.
Now, do you think he lost everything he made?
I would think so.
So you don't think he was, like on Wall Street, what is it, Money Never Sleeps, the second Wall Street? You don't think he maybe had some money put away somewhere else that, nobody knew about?
I think the eyes would be so on him that if it just popped up, if he bought anything, I would think that he would get nailed. Wouldn't you?
I don't know. I don't know what, because obviously he served his time.
Yeah.
So I would think that after he served his time, I don't know that they'd be, trying to confiscate something from prior to being sentenced. Do you?
Well, it depends on what his sentencing was, and if he had, liens or judgments against him. It could be like the O.J. Simpson thing, where anytime he makes $1, he's got to give it to somebody.
Yeah, I guess. But he didn't kill anybody or anything. He just scammed the stock market.
Well, neither did O.J.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, he has a civil judgment against him from the Brown family.
Yeah, but that's in criminal court. He was innocent, so he didn't kill anybody.
Yeah, but he has a civil judgment against him.
Well, he was just sharpening his knife on a bone.
Well, was anybody? But the thing is he wasn't being sued by anybody that you're aware of, right?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember if all of the people that invested in him filed they had to have filed some class action suit or something, didn't they?
Well, against the company.
Yeah, that's true.
Not against him personally.
Yeah, I would imagine he was smart enough to have incorporated.
Well, of course. He had that, what was his company's name?
Remember?
But but he had that his investments company.
Yeah. He might have stored some away. Who knows?
Yeah. So it was kind of cool to see that, and then I saw that Cumia also had Jim Norton on to talk about his experience filming The Irishman.
Yeah, that was good too. That was a good segment. Norton, I wish Ant and Jimmy could figure out a way to do a show. Because, I love Cumia. I think the Cumia show with Dave is great. But it's always good when Norton's there. And Jim and Sam is fucking unlistenable shit.
It is. It's terrible. I can't. It's unimaginable to me that Sirius XM still keeps them on the payroll doing the Jim and Sam show, or Sam and Jim, or whatever they call that show.
It's got to be because Norton is out there.
Yeah, but it's not very good. Does anybody listen to that to make it worth having, the airtime?
Probably the same people that ever listen to the Oprah channel or Shade 45 with Eminem, and same result, really. Jamie Foxx, the Foxhole. Remember all those channels?
Ugh.
They were all garbage. No one was listening to them, but they kept them for years. Look how long they're paying Stern a fucking $100 million a year.
Yeah, Stern still gets A-lists or celebrities to come in and, do his interviews and things like that. I mean, obviously, he's not doing the shtick that he used to do, but he still gets a lot of A-listers come in to talk. I mean, as much as you might hate her, but that hag Hillary Clinton was in there this week.
Yeah. I saw that, and Howard fucking threw nothing but beach balls at her.
Oh, he did. He kissed her. He kissed her big fat ass.
What a fucking pussy.
I know. It's just like, dude, you had more integrity than that years ago.
Yeah. He is the definite epitome of sold out. He is a sellout.
He is.
There's no other way you can put it. And you know what? God bless him for that. You know what? For $100 million a year, I might do fucking Happy Time Radio too. I ain't gonna lie. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of living any way I want to when the microphones are off. I think I could be like, Hillary, you're the best. For $100 million a year, you couldn't do that 3 days a week?
Maybe.
4 hours a day?
And I forgot that it's only 3 days a week, too.
3 days a week, 4 hours a day. I think I could do it.
Yeah, 12 hours a week.
For $100 million a year.
And then he gets a vacation on top of that.
12 weeks.
Yeah. 3 months worth of vacation.
Yeah, so he's doing like school teacher schedule for a fucking $100 million. Yeah, I could do it.
Not even a school teacher schedule. It's 12 hours a week.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
It's 12 hours a week. What is it? Let's see, 38 weeks a year.
Yeah.
Jeez.
40 weeks. 40 weeks.
40 weeks.
52. So 40 times 12. 40 times 10 is 420 hours a year.
Wow. You do that in 4 weeks.
Yeah, no shit. 400 hours a fucking year. God, that would rule.
Yeah, he's got, obviously he's got his apartment, his place in New York, and he's got that big mansion down in Florida.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like, well, you know what? The guy paid his dues. I mean, he's been in radio since the early 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And, he did, he was on America's Got Talent, or
yeah,
he was on that, and, does his radio show and does all the things that he's done over the years, and paid the price and got thrown off stations and got banned and various other things. But hey, like you said, God bless him.
Hey, I respect his history, but I don't respect him now. It's not even that I don't respect him now. I just wouldn't want to be him now. There was a time that I would have done anything to be considered like how everybody considered O&A to be the B version of Howard Stern?
Right.
There was a time I would have given anything for that. Anything. I didn't even want to be as big as him. I just wanted to be. I would have been, and I was, on some level, I was that guy here in Cleveland. I was, the weekend. I loved it. I loved being the shock jock on the weekend in Cleveland. That was fun as fuck to me. And, to get to like the O&A level would have been amazing. And no bones about it. Once I heard him, that's when I knew what I wanted to do with a microphone.
Right.
And then once I heard O&A take it from the one thing that Stern always did that I never wanted to do, and then O&A proved it out that you just didn't have to do that, was Howard always tried to mix in like pre-written bits. Mm-hmm. Whether it was fucking Mama Llama Boogaday in the fucking chopper.
Exactly.
Or the gay room. Remember the gay room or whatever that was called with William Shatner?
Right.
Shit like that I never wanted to do. I always found sticky stuff to be stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved when he would just get with, I still remember the first time I ever heard him was in 93, 4, whatever year it was. And he had Alyssa Milano on, and he started talking to her about her tits. And I was like, whoa, he just asked her about her fucking tits. And I was like, this isn't fucking, Waka Waka radio that I was listening to in Cleveland at the time. At the time I'm listening to like Lanigan and Malone in the morning with Mr. Leonard and shit like that. Goofy, sticky, horn-honking bullshit.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, here comes Howard Stern going, man, you got fucking spectacular tits. I was like, whoa, he's asking what I would ask.
Sure.
That fucking rocks.
Yeah. Well, I heard of Howard Stern the first time because I started driving in a truck in it was like May of 91. Mm-hmm. And when I was making trips over to the East Coast, he was only on New York and Philadelphia.
Right.
And so if I was out in that area in the morning, I could catch Howard Stern's show.
Mm-hmm.
And then his next market, I think, was Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken.
It's one of the earlier markets.
Yeah, it was a very early market. He started in Chicago on the AM dial.
Right.
And that didn't work out very well. He only did it for, I think it was just a matter of a couple of weeks. And he pulled his show from Chicago. He says, like, unless I'm on an FM station, I'm not doing AM radio.
Right.
In Chicago. But, Cleveland was definitely, I think, that was the third market he had taken, had to come into Cleveland. And I remember that, his big deal, going back into Howard Stern history was that he would bury the top, radio show of that market.
Right. Have the funeral. Right.
Yeah. So he did he had the funeral for, what was the guy in Philadelphia?
Was that the Grease Man?
No, it wasn't the Grease Man. It was, what the fuck was that guy's name? I can't think of his name, but he did a funeral for him, and then he did a funeral. I think he did the funeral for Lanigan, didn't he? Was it
the one in Philly was DeBella, John DeBella?
Yeah, John DeBella.
Yeah, I forget if it was Lanigan. It must have been Lanigan because it wasn't whoever was at MMS at the time, or was it? Because MMS had the Buzzard Morning Zoo. Is that who he beat? Was the Buzzard Morning Zoo, or was it Lanigan?
I think it was Lanigan.
Could have been
Lanigan in the morning.
Yeah, and he used to smash Lanigan for fucking looking north and east at the same.
Had the cockeye.
Yeah.
So listen, that was kind of fun times in radio.
Was
because it was still kind of a Wild West attitude. Anything goes. You could be very creative. The FCC wasn't extremely, it wasn't extremely harsh. But then when everything started turning corporate after '96, that's when everything kind of went to shit.
Yeah. Well, radio died for me in 2000 and later than that, like 2012 or so, because I was all in on XM. Remember, I mean, I bought it the day of O&A. I was all in on O&A. I thought O&A were great, and obviously, we even did a sticker stop for O&A. Remember that when we did the sticker stop at the Revolution or somewhere?
Yeah, the WOW stickers.
The WOW stickers. And I mean, we were all in about O&A, and I definitely was, as because I worked at the same station that O&A were on in the morning, so I couldn't get enough of O&A. And once they got fired after Sex for Sam, once they announced that they were going to XM, I bought XM immediately, and I thought that the years of XM with O&A were fantastic. Like the first 10 of them were great, but about 2014 it just died. It just got all shitty, and I think, isn't that when Ant got fired? Was what, 2014, 15?
15, I think.
Yeah. So, I mean, but it had gone downhill because Sirius wasn't letting them do anything. And Stern, I've tried, dude, it's weird because I've tried Stern a few times since he's been on satellite, probably 3 or 4 times. And every time I come away disappointed. Like, you can, if you listen to the stuff that he did in the Artie years, 2006, 7, 8, the early years of Sirius, some of that stuff is pretty funny if you listen to it on YouTube now. But what he's doing now is just fucking horrendous. I mean, he's literally just, I was hanging out with Ellen, and, it was great. And we were talking about fucking saving the kittens. And it's like, dude, who the fuck are you? Yeah, it's not the same guy anymore at all.
Disappointed!
Amen, brother. Very disappointed.
Exactly. Hail and Kill Caller, you're on the air.
You guys talk about Sirius FM all the time.
Okay.
And, we can't get it in Australia.
Well, that's because they don't beam their signal over there. It's more just a North American thing.
Yeah, I know. It's like all these shows, I'd love to listen to them as well, but we just can't.
Well, listen to them online. There's a lot of stuff online.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's not the same. But the other thing I was going to talk to you guys about.
Hold on, Tim. Hold on, Tim. It's exactly the same. We're listening to them talk. You'd be listening to them talk.
Yeah, but you don't get the full shows.
Yeah, you can. Depends on what show you're looking for. Looking for Opie and Anthony, there's hundreds of full shows out there on YouTube.
There's hundreds of hours of O&A out there.
And Howard Stern.
But I know with Eddie Trunk, which is the main reason I would subscribe.
Come on, Tim. Are you kidding me?
I think Eddie Trunk is an absolute legend.
Oh.
Legend.
No, I think... Do you guys know who a guy called Molly Meldrum is? Have you ever heard of that guy?
No.
Well, you should. I'm going to educate you guys for once. You should look up this guy, Molly Meldrum. He is an Australian music industry icon, and also an international music industry icon. He's one of the. He definitely helped build the entire Australian music scene through a show that used to be on a Sunday night called Countdown. That show was absolutely legendary, and he would interview everybody. But the thing is with Eddie Trunk, so Eddie Trunk's like the hard rock and metal Molly Meldrum, and that's the highest compliment I can pay Eddie Trunk, because you guys really need to know who Molly Meldrum is.
All right.
But,
we had Bob Coburn and Rockline here.
Yeah, well, Bob Coburn was great too. I used to be able to listen to them because they used to.
Was it the same though, Tim? Was it the same listening to him over there as it was for us listening to it here over here?
Well, it was, because it was full shows. But the other question I have for you guys, because sometimes I stay up really late on a Sunday night here, just so I can secretly download your full shows when they come out on iTunes.
All right.
Do you guys still plan on doing that every week? Or, because I noticed there's been a couple of weeks where you haven't done that. And I was wondering if that's a strategic move, because I already subscribe to CMS TV anyway.
I'll explain this to you, Tim, the best way that we can. We have, first of all, don't get it from iTunes, because iTunes is going to be hit or miss. Get it from Spreaker, and you can always get it. Not that I'm giving away a secret, because I'm not telling anybody to download the full show. I'm just saying, if you want it, the best place to get it is Spreaker, not iTunes, because it won't always be on iTunes. Here's why. Basically, Spreaker makes us broadcast the whole show and archive it. And then we have a space requirement, or a space limitation rather. And that's how Spreaker gets you to spend more money, is you run out of space, so you buy more space. That's what Spreaker does. Well, what we do is we just leave it alone, and then the next day, or once a day, usually Neeley in the morning before he goes to work, goes in and deletes whatever from the night before, like 4 or 5 5-hour segments. That's why every segment's 5 hours and 1 minute, because that's how long the thing is. So your best bet.
What time is it? What time is it Eastern time there right now?
Right now it's 11:15.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And so, how many hours? Okay. So I'm looking at my clock. How many hours? How many hours do I basically have to grab the whole show?
Well, it depends on when I decide to roll out of bed in the morning, Tim.
Right. Usually,
if you get it between now and the next 12 hours, you're probably going to get it off of Spreaker. But if Neeley gets it from Spreaker before iTunes syncs with Spreaker, then it won't be on iTunes. See what I'm saying?
Cool. Yeah. All right, I will do that, because I want. Sometimes because I'm always playing and stuff, and sometimes I can't listen live, and I want to hear the whole show with the music and everything.
As you should, Tim.
No, we don't keep the music in. That would be illegal and wrong.
Yeah, it's the greatest show on the internet.
Well, it's my favourite show. There's only one other podcast that I really love anymore. And that's
Michael Butler?
Rock and Roll Compact. No, I don't love him. No.
I thought you were one of his whack pack.
I haven't spoken to Mike. I can't remember the last time I spoke to Mike.
Well, you are just a blind guy in Australia, after all.
Yeah, well, yeah, But I love your show, and I love the Rock and Metal Combat podcast. They're awesome.
That's
well.
Chris's friend over there.
Ian and Ralph, yeah.
Yeah, they're brilliant. They're cool.
They're brilliant.
They're cool. I love Ralph.
Are they legendary like your Mulberry guy over there in Australia?
No, honestly, I'm being serious. Look up Molly Meldrum. He's an absolute icon. You guys will have. No, I'm.
You're passionate. You're passionate about it, Tim. You're passionate about it.
Yes, I would love to subscribe to Sirius XM, so I could hear Eddie Trunk every day. That'd be freaking awesome.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, Tim. Pull out your Kiss catalog, Rats Round and Round, and something from Skid Row, and just mix it in between the segments that are on YouTube, and you pretty much have Eddie's show.
I don't listen to them for the music. I don't even listen to you guys for the music.
Then why do you need the music parts?
No, because what I like to do each Sunday is binge on, download the 6 hours of the CMS and listen to it as I'm going to sleep.
But you do, Tim. Hold on, Tim, because you're making no sense here. In one breath, you're saying you want to listen to the music. The other breath, you're saying you don't care about the music. You do realize that we don't cut anything out of the show except the music, right? We don't cut one word of dialogue.
No, but you have to wait for it for 5 days or whatever it is to you get a little bit each day. I'd rather just listen to the whole thing.
I see.
And have it on my phone as soon as I can, so I can listen to the whole thing and at once. Or if I fall asleep, I can go back and listen to the rest on Monday.
You're a purist, Tim. I'll hand you that. You're a purist.
I've got to have the CMS, and I don't care if it's pre-recorded or not. And I'm glad I subscribe to the CMS TV, and everybody should.
You like the CMS TV, huh, Tim?
Content. I do.
You like the CMS TV?
Well, I like it. I like it for the bonus content when we get bonus content.
Yeah.
For Tim, that would be would be boner content.
Oh God. No, you guys don't turn me on in that way. Thank God.
Damn it.
Yeah, I can see Tim. He's sporting a Woody. You've been watching that CMS TV again, haven't you, Tim?
God, I'm not that bad. If it was Rob Halpern, on the other hand, only joking.
Tim just cracks himself up, doesn't he?
He does.
Or Bob now Bandian. Now that guy's a turn on.
Oh.
You hear that, Bob? He's in the chat room.
Bob's in the chat room. Hey, Bob, why don't you send Tim some dick pics?
All right. That was about it. It'll be interesting next week to see. It'll be interesting next week to see how many seats the Motley Crue Stadium tour doesn't sell.
Well, it's not going to sell.
Well, maybe. If a miracle happens, it might. Hail and kill.
There goes Tim.
Bob in the chat room. Holy shit! I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
Hey, Bob. While you're in the chat room, why don't you give us a call? Call us here at the studio line. Since you're in the chat and you're listening to the show, jump on the phone with us and call us here in the studio.
Yeah, pal.
Yeah, because I want to talk to you for a minute. So, boy, Tim, I want the whole show. I don't care about the music, but I want the whole show, but I don't want the segments. I don't have to wait, but I want to fall asleep to your voices.
Yeah, great.
Because that's my listening pleasure, and well, you're not as good as Meldrum, but you're on top of the heap, but not as good as Eddie Trunk.
Yeah, you guys could be as good as Molly Meldrum.
Yeah. But I would subscribe to XM just for the Eddie Trunk show.
All right, well, have at it.
Wow.
Hell, they're giving 3 months away for free. It's too bad we couldn't find a way to pipe it over to them.
Yeah, really. Well, do you think if he got like the XM Sirius app, he could get it?
Probably not.
No.
I'm sure that it works through IP addresses. Because there's, they also limit, you get a different Sirius XM for Canada.
Okay.
So I'm positive that they have it geo configured so that you can't get it outside of Canada or the US.
Mm-hmm. All right.